What if I told you that one of Elon Musk's boldest promises, a tweet that once shocked the internet, may now come back to haunt him? A forgotten commitment, a mounting lawsuit, and a storm brewing that could shake the very foundation of his legacy. This isn't just about Tesla or SpaceX, this is about a billionaire, a broken promise, and the legal showdown that could change how the world sees Elon Musk forever. Could this be the moment everything starts to unravel? Or is it just another bump on Musk's path to domination? The truth behind the headlines is deeper than you think. To hear the full story and uncover the secrets behind Musk's forgotten promise,
he made a vow to millions. Now, he's being called out. In court. In 2018, during one of the most turbulent periods of Elon Musk's public life, the tech billionaire made a statement that sent waves through social media, mainstream news, and political circles alike. Amidst lawsuits, a volatile stock market, and growing scrutiny around Tesla's operations, Musk did something unexpected. He promised to step into the world of politics. Not as a candidate, but as a watchdog. Using Twitter, now known as X, Elon Musk tweeted that he was planning to start a political action committee, PAC. But this wouldn't be just any PAC. Musk claimed it would be an independent body that held politicians accountable, regardless of party, power, or influence. He envisioned a new kind of force, one powered by data, technology, and most importantly, the will of the people. The timing of the announcement was no accident. The U.S. political landscape was deeply polarized. Public trust in lawmakers was at an all-time low. And here comes Musk, a billionaire with enormous online reach, positioning himself as a disruptor of political hypocrisy. His tweet didn't just spark curiosity, it inspired hope. He said the PAC would crowdsource ideas from the public, track campaign finance flows, and expose corruption or inaction in real time. It was a revolutionary idea, and Musk had both the funds and the influence to make it real. Thousands of supporters responded immediately. Some pledged to donate, others offered technical help. Forums popped up with ideas, hashtags began to trend. In a rare moment, Elon Musk wasn't just the CEO of Tesla or the founder of SpaceX. He was being looked to as a kind of modern-day reformer, someone who could change politics the way he was changing space travel and electric vehicles. What made this promise different from other billionaire pledges was the tone. It wasn't vague or corporate. It was emotional, urgent, and direct, the kind of language that builds movements. One of the original tweets read, "Creating a site where the public can rate the core truthfulness of politicians. It's time they were held to the same standard we hold companies to." This tweet alone was liked over 300,000 times, retweeted tens of thousands more, and discussed on countless podcasts and news panels. Even people critical of Musk's business practices praised the idea. He had at that moment united people across ideologies. But after the initial flurry of excitement, things began to go quiet. Weeks turned into months, then years. The PAC was never launched, the website never came, and Musk never directly explained why. For those who believed in the promise, that silence became deafening. Today, that forgotten promise has returned, not as a political revolution, but as a legal storm, and for the first time, the people who supported him then are now standing against him. For years, it was just a forgotten tweet. Now, it's Exhibit A. In early 2025, something unexpected happened. A class action lawsuit was quietly filed in a California federal court, not against Tesla or SpaceX, but against Elon Musk himself as an individual. The plaintiffs? A group of former supporters, digital activists, and political transparency advocates, the same people who had once championed Musk's bold promise back in 2018. The lawsuit alleges fraudulent misrepresentation and breach of public trust. It argues that Elon Musk's highly publicized promise to start a political accountability platform wasn't just talk. It was a call to action that mobilized thousands, generated millions in pledged support, and, most importantly, influenced people's behavior. According to the lawsuit, many of the plaintiffs altered their online activity, made professional decisions, or donated funds to Musk-aligned causes based on the belief that the promised platform would be built. Some even quit jobs, joined PAC-related startups, and publicly advocated on behalf of the idea, expecting Musk to follow through. But here's where it gets even more serious. The legal team behind the suit claims to have emails, DMs, and internal group messages, some involving Tesla and SpaceX employees, suggesting that discussions about the PSC did continue behind the scenes. There were alleged brainstorming meetings, domain registrations, and even beta designs of the political transparency tool. Yet none of it ever surfaced publicly. Worse, according to their legal filing, Musk may have abandoned the project intentionally once the public attention had served its purpose, boosting his image during a time when his reputation was under fire. That, they argue, makes the promise not just unfulfilled, but manipulative. The lead attorney in the case, Rachel Donovan, told reporters in a press conference, "This is not about whether Elon Musk started a PAC. It's about whether he knowingly misled the public to gain influence and trust, and then walked away." It's important to note that this is uncharted legal territory. Very few cases in American legal history have centered around a billionaire's tweet as a binding promise. But the plaintiffs argue that in the age of social media, public statements from powerful individuals carry real-world weight, especially when they directly influence collective action. Legal analysts are split. Some say the case has little merit, that tweets are opinions, not contracts. Others say it could establish a landmark precedent for how online influence is held accountable. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is clear: the courtroom drama is only just beginning. Elon Musk, a man known for disrupting industries, now finds himself at the center of a legal battle that could disrupt his own carefully built reputation as a visionary. And this is only the beginning of what's unfolding. When a billionaire tweets, is it just noise or a digital contract the world takes seriously? In the past, public statements were made in press conferences, carefully drafted speeches, or official memos. But today, a single tweet from a public figure like Elon Musk can move markets, ignite social movements, and influence millions of people around the globe. That's the crux of what makes this lawsuit so fascinating and possibly historic. Let's rewind to 2018. Elon Musk tweeted about creating a political action platform to hold politicians accountable. The tweet was bold and timely. People were frustrated with government inaction, media narratives, and lack of transparency. So when Musk, already hailed as a tech messiah, said he would build something to fix it, it resonated deeply. Within hours, hashtags like MuskPack and Fix Politics were trending. Independent creators started blogs and YouTube channels around the idea. Volunteers set up Discord servers. Reddit threads exploded with support. People genuinely believed they were witnessing the birth of a new kind of digital democracy, one that Musk would lead. And that's where the problem begins. We live in an era where influence is power, and that power has real-world consequences. Musk didn't ask for money. He didn't set up a GoFundMe. But with one tweet, he mobilized action. People invested their time, passion, and digital presence in something he promised. They created content, changed careers, and aligned themselves with an idea based entirely on Musk's public words. So what happens when that promise is never fulfilled? That's the philosophical and legal heart of this lawsuit. It's no longer just about free speech or someone changing their mind. It's about whether powerful digital influencers should be held accountable for the movements they start, even unintentionally. Let's put this into context. In the financial world, Musk's tweets have previously landed him in hot water with the SEC. One tweet about taking Tesla private at $420 per share cost him $20 million in fines and forced him to step down as chairman. That's because the markets recognize the weight of his words. So why wouldn't his political promises be held to a similar standard? Legal experts call this a gray zone of digital influence. There's little precedent, but growing public pressure to regulate how massive platforms and influential individuals wield their words online. The Musk lawsuit may be one of the first major cases to test these waters. Critics argue that Musk never signed a contract. He never collected funds or asked anyone to act. Defenders say this is a dangerous overreach, that punishing someone for an idea they didn't follow through on stifles innovation and free speech. But supporters of the lawsuit argue the opposite. When someone with that much power speaks, the world listens. And when people act on that, they deserve clarity, or at the very least, a follow-up. This case is no longer just about Musk. It's about the future of accountability in the digital age. And the world is watching. As SpaceX pushes toward Mars and Tesla faces increased competition in the electric vehicle market, Musk's attention is spread thinner than ever. Critics argue he's become more reactive than visionary, more focused on social media drama than delivering on game-changing ideas. That makes this lawsuit more symbolic than legal. It's not just about a tweet. It's about whether Elon Musk still represents hope for the future or a cautionary tale of overreach. Still, Musk is no stranger to pressure. Every time he's been counted out, he's come back stronger. Whether it was SpaceX rockets failing, Tesla teetering on bankruptcy, or Twitter becoming a battleground of free speech, he's always found a way to flip the narrative. His supporters believe this will be no different, that Musk will either address the lawsuit head-on or surprise the world by finally launching the political platform he once promised. And what if he does? That would be the ultimate plot twist, a moment of reckoning turned into rebirth. A powerful reminder that innovation isn't just about technology, but about leadership and accountability. It would restore faith in his word and potentially even elevate his legacy beyond what any rocket ever could. But if he stays silent, if the lawsuit drags on, unanswered and unresolved, then this moment may become a stain, small but permanent, on a name that once seemed untouchable. In the end, the courtroom will have its verdict. But the real judgment will come from the public. Because in today's world, legacies aren't only written in history books. They're streamed, shared, and tweeted. And Elon Musk's next move, it might just define his place in history.